Joined today by the directors of Holloway. As you've seen on the channel, this is one of my top 10 films of the year, ladies. Thank you for joining me. We've got a few quick questions because I know you're busy. This is a fascinating story about female incarceration. What was it that drew you to the subject matter in the story?
I think we were drawn in by the building and just going past it and realizing how significant it was as a space, and that was not being really recognized. But we were really like, what was the hooks that meant that we had to tell this story was speaking to women who'd been in Holloway and meeting some of the contributors and just being like, all of these women have so much to say and they need to be heard, and we don't understand the context behind female incarceration. We hear about the offence and there's a mugshot and then there's a picture and there's an article in some press outlets, and it's so flat and surface, and not only is there so much more beneath that, but also like these women were just the embodiment of the change that is possible, like when people find safety and find hope and what they can bring to the world. So yeah, it was really always centered around their incredible spirits, I guess.
Sorry, you've thrown me there. That was a pretty good answer. Can you talk a bit about your creative process and the collaborative effort of the movie? Because obviously it's the two of you working together.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So I think you learn a lot about yourself when you're co-directing. It's a very in a great way.
Yeah.
It's our intention was to break down all of the ways that we traditionally make film, whether that's top down, like director over paradigm of contributors or cast is often a very extractive process. We also worked in a co-creation model, which was really about choice and agency and intention, and how the women's wishes, along with our needs, which was part of this negotiation, was always the driving force of the way that we were making the film. It's a film about 6 women, but it was made by 6 women, and that felt like some cosmic, magical experience, because film is an incredibly healing experience, and we were healing as they were healing. and yeah, I guess working as you could not make this film with one director. That's what we know. It's 6 contributors. It's a very it takes a lot to emotionally hold all of this and hold it with dignity, integrity and respect, and that was our foundation. And we also, even though we've now probably merged into the same person, we also come with our own unique experiences, our unique understanding of things, and so this weaving of our two really, for me, represents what feminine filmmaking can be, which is a circle. It's about collaboration, it's about co-creation, and we can really tear down all the ways that it's been done before, because it's not necessary, it's extractive, and film can be made with love at the center.
What were some of your inspirations for Holloway, both maybe previously existing movies and equally real people?
Oh yeah, I mean, it is such a unique creature that many of it was guided by just like the specifics of the material and the site and the very unique like opportunity and access that we had. But one key inspiration for us was The Work documentary, which is around the male therapeutic system that's happening in Folsom Prison, in a men's prison in America. It's very different from that in so many ways, but what that film just had a rawness and authenticity and a vulnerability that we really felt that gave us permission, I think, to dream before the shooting, that we might be able to kind of facilitate something similar. And I think that we really understood from the beginning this had to be a group process. So yeah, but I also think that we didn't draw, I think, as much from film references nearly as much as when I made my first film. That was such a core part of the process, because I think this was really about listening to what the women wanted and needed and using that to merge. And I think that that's where our skill set was really about us being able to tune in to all of the small elements of communication. That's like, you know, how we bring people along with the ride of like, there was a whole year where we weren't able to edit because we didn't have any money. That's really hard for contributors because it's, you know, really uncertain. And like the navigation of all of that in a way was much more the work than kind of, yeah. And then I think like aesthetically, yeah, we were just so struck by the site in its unique way that we just, wanted to explore that in different ways.
2 more questions then. What was the hardest part of this production and how did you overcome it?
Ooh, the hardest part, I guess the film has put us through our paces in so many ways, financially being one of them, but emotionally in a beautiful way, in a transformative way. You know, and we're so grateful because we've literally learned so much about integrity, and if you say something's co-created, if you say something's trauma-informed, then it really has to be at every single level. And there was a couple of times, you know, where we thought we were being co-creative, or we thought we were being transparent, but it wasn't transparent enough. And the women were incredible at calling us into account every time. And from that, calling us into account and having a transparent, open conversation, like magic really took place because trust was built. Non-hierarchical structures were built. And it made the film stronger and stronger and stronger. So yeah, I would say that we wouldn't have changed a thing, and we've learned so much about ourselves, about really, you know, say what you mean and mean what you say.
Just a quick question then, can we expect another collaboration from the 2 of you anytime soon?
We never spoke.
I don't know. We don't have anything in the pipeline, but we feel the magical sparkles. So who knows?
Lightning needs to strike.
And we're both very passionate about, you know, the same things, that storytelling is a powerful force for change. So who knows?
Guys, thank you as always so much for watching. I encourage you as always to go and support British independent cinema. That's what the channel's about. Holloway is one of the best you'll see this year. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, check the movie. Thank you everyone.